Hey everyone, Cybermat here, and today I wanted to talk about Toys R Us. We all know now that it is unfortunately going out of business, and so I wanted to talk about my gaming-related memories from Toys R Us, and I have an interesting perspective on this considering I worked there for 2.5 years. So, um, let's start from kind of my first gaming memory and then move forward. Really, the first thing I remember, just really vaguely, is as a kid, my mom buying a Game Boy game, an original Game Boy game, and putting it in my hands and letting me look at it. And that I don't remember what game it was. For some reason, I think it may have been Super Mario Land 3, Wario Land. Um, but I'm not really sure on that. But that's just a memory that sticks out for me, just like being in awe of just this new game as a kid. And um, of course, I would go there over and over again as I grew up. Love going to the glass case, seeing all the different systems that they had sitting out. I remember they had the Sega Nomad because I had a Sega Genesis at the time, and I just saw the Sega Nomad and be like, oh my god, that would be awesome to have this thing to play Sega Genesis games portably. That would just be amazing. And I remember saving up enough money uh, to get a new system. I think I really wanted a Nintendo 64 because my my younger cousins had one, and when we go on vacation, they bring it and play like Mario Kart and Super Mario 64, and I was like really wanting one of those. And so I could either get a Nintendo 64 and a game, or I just had enough money for a Sony PlayStation. And I think my brother talked me into getting the PlayStation, which in retrospect, probably a better move. A lot more variety of games on the PlayStation, and since it used CD technology, they could do more with the games. Not to say that the N64 is a bad system. I still think it's a great system. Had fantastic games on it, but I think overall with the PlayStation they did a lot better with that. So yeah, I got the PlayStation, and luckily it came with a demo disc because I didn't have enough money for an actual game. So I think like for a good month and a half afterwards, I just played that demo disc and played games like Too Extreme and Tunnel B1, just playing those demos over and over and over just to get a glimpse of what the system could do until I could actually get new games. And I remember going into Toys R Us at one point looking for a new PlayStation game, and you have to understand that at this point the internet was I'm pretty sure the internet, well, it was a thing at this point, but I'm pretty sure still to get relevant gaming information, game reviews and things like that, you'd have to do it from gaming magazines. So when you went to buy a new game, you couldn't just pull out your cell phone and get online and be like, oh well, GameSpot gave this game a 5.0. I'm not going to get it. So I remember seeing the cover art for this game because that was all you had to go by. And I saw the cover art and was like, this game looks cool. I want this game. And that game was Jersey Devil for the PlayStation. And I bought it and took it home, really excited to play it. It wasn't a great game. It wasn't exactly terrible, but it was one of those, 3D kind of mascot platformers. Had definite camera issues and things like that, but that's how it was. You were stuck with a bad game if you bought it. And another fun thing of going to Toys R Us was to look around the game section and to see the game demo units set up, because I mean this would be a place where you could play systems that you didn't have and just get a glimpse of other games and things like that. Because I never had a Super Nintendo growing up, so that's how I played little bits of like Donkey Kong Country and things like that. And I remember going in. This had to have been probably around maybe around 2005, or it might have been close to '06, where they had a demo unit set up of the Xbox 360, and it may have just been for videos and not have any actual gameplay, but I remember seeing a video of Sonic '06. And I remember seeing that video and being like, oh my god, because I was a big Sonic fan. I grew up with the Genesis, loved all the Sonic games. So when I saw the CG trailer for Sonic '06, I was like, oh my god, I gotta get a 360 to get this game. I have to have it. And luckily, when by the time that I did get a 360, I already knew that the game was crap. So kind of dodged the bullet on that one. But and then, of course, that brings me to when I actually worked at ToysRus. I started there in October of 2006. And what came out a month later? Yes, the Wii. I was there for the launch of the Wii, and I didn't have enough money to get this, so I was running registers of people just buying the system and Twilight Princess, Red Steel, all those launch titles, and just like I was so bummed that I wasn't able to buy this, and it just made it so much worse. And I remember I tried everything. Like I think when I was working there, I tried to get a credit card to get instantly approved, just so I could buy this, and it didn't work. And I got excited, and then it's just like, it bummed me out when I couldn't do that. And this is a bit of a sidestep, but I actually wound up, I had to trade in my GameCube, my original Xbox, and saved up money, and wound up driving an hour away to a Kmart that I used to work at, and I got them to hold the last Wii that they had. And this is the exact box of the Wii. I don't have the system anymore, but this is the exact box here. Love the system, but yeah, I was there for the launch of the Wii, and it was pretty crazy. Yeah, I did start out stocking shelves and running registers, but I did eventually migrate over to the video game section, and it was really cool working in that section, because basically how our store was set up, you had this enclosed hall, basically, and a door with a lock on it. So you had to get keys, and I was super happy when I got a set of keys I would have to pick up every day when I got to work. That was a lot of fun. So you'd unlock the door, and there would be a bunch of games stacked up here, systems there, and it would be I believe we had them in alphabetical order and stuff. And how it would work was that out in the video game section in the store, they would have the cover art and little pouches below the cover art with little tickets, and these tickets had the price and the UPC code on them. So those tickets would represent our inventory, and they just take a ticket up to the register, pay for it, and then bring it over to the little desk that we had next to the booth, and we'd take it, go in and get the game. Sometimes inventory was off, but that happens. But yeah, I remember that I was there at the height of the Nintendo DS of its life, and oh man, I remember remember getting so many Pokemon games, getting just a bunch of crap DS games, like those Imagine baby games or whatever. But it was still a lot of fun. I tried out the there was one time that when we got the Wii Fit in, we actually tried it out. We had it in the back, and we were able to try that out. It was kind of funny. We got in trouble for doing that. But You know, I just have a lot of fun gaming memories associated with Toys R Us, and it's really sad to see it go. Um, but you know, as I said, I'll always have those memories, and it's just really sad. But definitely let me know what gaming memories you have associated with Toys R Us down in the comments below. And as always, like the video, share it, and subscribe.